They'll be calling you a radical. First and foremost, Fukushima is not going away. You can posture, go in denial, whatever. I'm going to talk about the insanity of the Obama administration. Obama has come out, and I want you to go through every one of these articles that I'm listing. This is the grandstand propaganda machine they're doing in the last term. It's called GAIN. He's thrown another $12.5 billion to a lying dirty, and I want you to read through this. These lying nuclear rats are crying, saying, oh, we can't compete with solar, we can't compete with freaking wind because alternatives get worse. Fact, these crying, lying, these people are insane. You should just be able to say, what part of Fukushima do you understand? It should have been the end of the nuclear cartel. They're just looting on the way out the door. The subsidy to the nuclear industry is 144 times. And I still like how the left somehow really thinks that nuclear is the answer to climate change. Nuclear is the answer to, Lord, man, look, nuclear puts out more carbon footprint than coal ever dreamed of. Nuclear takes more electricity to make at a nuclear reactor than they even produce. Spent fuel pools, I don't want to say, look, this has to happen in California. Now, get this, NOAA. Now, read NOAA's charter. What is NOAA's charter? You know, the ocean, the atmosphere. So she goes on her tour. She goes up the coast on her tour, working her way up the tour. She's in Vancouver yesterday, the last stop on her tour, and she's asked point blank right to her face about Fukushima. She says, oh, just talks about the debris. We're monitoring the debris, she says, it comes up. Not a word about the collapse in the fishing industry. Not a word anything. They just go into this fairy tale. They live in this, look, how are we letting all these people off the hook? So when Fukushima happened, Gina McCarthy, who's head of the EPA, who is a monster, one of the greatest evilest human beings in the history of mankind to the environment. Lisa Jackson, remember, she works for Apple now, head of the EPA. How do they get this passed? How do they get this passed? Barack Obama, now he says he's going to Japan, to Hiroshima. No president's ever been, as that rat Truman wanted to drop 3 bombs. They wanted to drop, why did they never kill the emperor? You think about it. Why was the emperor the emperor has no fucking clothes. You think about it. So this false equivalency, this dumb puppet called Obama, this is the dumbest puppet in the history of the world. Look, you can look it up right here, right here. Now look, this is a guy propped up by the nuclear industry, just handing out to the nuclearists, just doling out money like there's no money. And his insane GOP Congress, Mitch McConnell, these insane freaks that are just doling out money. Graham in South Carolina, just doling out money. Look, the Department of Energy just comes out right out and says, now I'll be in Sacramento. Now you think about this. Why would they strategically, they call it Operation Hot Potato. They speak with forked tongue. They're still pushing, we need more nuclear, and they come out and says, we have no good options for the nuclear waste. We've given up. There's no revitrification. We're bringing in 13 tons of plutonium to New Mexico when WIP has, look, WIP blew up, right? You know, WIP's never been approved by Congress. Yuck them out and they're blocking. There's no answer for the waste, so the least of the bad options right out of their freaking mouth. So they're going out on another road trip, 8 places. So California's the only place we can win this fight. I'm telling you, it's the only place. I want people to very much understand. When I got leukemia and I was in that bone marrow transplant dying, I mean, I was all but dead. You know, I made promises to myself. I watched all my friends die around me. Everybody that went into that leukemia unit all died. I would stay in this fight till I died, to my last breath in this fight, the nuclear cartel. We finally, look, when we got San Onofre, our small group got San Onofre shut down, was Midway. That was the biggest accomplishment in the anti-nuclear. And I want to say this to the women who, look, I want everybody to understand this. This is all about developing a small tactical army. A tactical army can beat these scumbags. We do not need popular opinion. We do not need the freaking masses. In fact, they're asymmetric to our cause. They're counterproductive to our cause. We need a tactical hardcore army, like the women that got Yankee shut down. Do you know what accomplishment was that? That's just a small group of people. Vicious, relentless. The people in Germany, those group of women that just took it over and kicked the nuclear cartels their ass out of it. The small group at Pilgrim, the Cape Codders, got their ass kicked out of it. These are small, teeny groups that are relentless. The women at Diablo Canyon called Mothers for Peace. Linda and Jane, they're incredible, powerful work. These are teeny, teeny, teeny small armies. There's 40 million people live in California. The number one issue, bar none, the number one issue in the entire state of California, bar none, is the nuclear waste at San Onofre and Diablo Canyon. Do you realize that those hearings, we're lucky if we get 10 activists there? It's a small, teeny group, but we're winning. Now we have some heavy hitters on our side, finally. We have Darrell Iss's, the richest guy in Congress, who's finally, he's on our side. He's relentless, he's ruthless, he's going after them hardcore. We have him. We have Micah Gary, one of the best attorneys in the country, going at them relentlessly. We win this in California. So they schedule these hearings, well, it should be in San Diego County, right? San Onofre, that's the key place with the waste on the earthquake fault. They're sitting there in swimming pools at Diablo Canyon. Most dangerous ticking time bombs from hell. This government subsidized pork, no answer for the waste. It's so filthy. What part of a uranium mine do you not understand? What part of keeping these things cool? What part of transportation waste all over the world, back and forth from Japan to WIP, whatever, guarding it? What part of the terrorist threat we have to pay for that? People going, I mean, the carbon footprint is so gigantic. Coal, what a joke. We don't need anything but solar. The solar initiative is solar without any government subsidy, just standing. I like all you freaking free market fairy tales. Well, let's do it, free market. Free market, the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun. You know how successful the energy initiatives have been without even the subsidy, just people going to solar in California? Right here, Deseret News, Salt Lake City, the mouthpiece for the nuclear cartel rats, the Mormon freaking Romney freaking rats. California's producing so much solar energy, they have nowhere to put it. We don't need a grid. We produce enough solar today to heat, to light this entire continent right now, right here, today. We don't need a government subsidy. We don't need 5 cents. We need the subsidy pulled away from nuclear. We need these fat freaking lying rat slob pigs free money from the nuclear cartel, the greatest crime syndicate in New York. They turned on the faucet at the Manhattan Project. They never turned it off. All these creeps know it. They all got their hands in it. They write productions like this. They stand up. So Gain, they're trying to do it in Idaho, of all places. So why would hot potato? One of the hearings is in July in Boise, Idaho. Sacramento, strategically around capitals, because this is all about feeding pork to lobbyists. These creeps. New Scale in Oregon, these are criminal rats. They are criminal rats. They're just throwing this money. They will never build another reactor. I can tell you right now, will never happen. They don't meet the mantra on the economics. They don't meet it on the social fabric. And the internet is waking people up. It's awakened. Look, the old fucking ways are gone. You know, and the politicians that go along with this and think they're on the winning team. Jerry Moonbeamer Brown, this rat, Gina McCarthy. Gina McCarthy should be in prison. I mean, these are the greatest crimes in humanity ever committed. Now, we go back to Caroline Kennedy. So, the 50th anniversary of this was she's standing in Japan. That's the 50th anniversary of the murder of her father. So, we stand there. So, she's the ambassador to where? She's the ambassador to Japan. So Barack Obama says he's going to Hiroshima. This is all posturing, pandering. This is the greatest abuser to Japan. Not my words, the ex-prime minister of Japan's words. Ask the ex-prime minister of Japan about Barack Obama. Do you know how hated that guy is in Japan? And I'll tell you how hated he is, because they know the island of Japan was completely taken over, Yalta by the sea, the 51st state, by the nuclear industry. They know the cover-up of Fukushima. The Navy sent in 32 teams. They know that it was the United States who built up the nuclear island. They know it's the United States that covered up. They know it's the United States that slaughtered them. They have a regressing, remember the N.O.A.A. Pact in 1986. They've had a negative rate since then. Their population is in free fall. Their freaking disease is in free fall. They ruined that fucking, you can't, the fishing industry over. The fucking agriculture, just propaganda, and that, you know, let's have the Olympics. I mean, it's outrageous. You know how hated he is? So he's going to go over there and say, oh, you know, Teller took the field. They pushed Oppenheimer on, wanted to drop a scare bomb. Then we do the Tsar bomb and the freaking arms race who never ended. It's free money. These evil fucking rats, it's free money. It's disgusting. So Obama's going to go over there. This is all grandstanding, because he knows. Barack Obama, look, he didn't even know what Hanford was. This is how stupid this puppet is. These globalists write his freaking agenda and he just goes along and plays this game. This propaganda machine. They slaughtered that island. They slaughtered the Pacific. The Pacific Ocean's in a death fucking throes right now from Fukushima. You got the fucking head of NOAA going on a road trip, won't even talk about it, and they're fairy tale certain, because look, when they get out of government, where do they go? They're going to go right to war for the nuclear industry because they got all the money. And these guys are sitting there crying, saying, oh, we can't compete with solar because the solar doesn't get any subsidy. Did you know in Utah, you can't even go off the grid? $16,000 a cook to the grid. The sun shines up. Where'd you sleep last night, Kev? I slept in the dead fucking pines where the red sun from Fukushima, Japan. The emperor has no clothes. All you have to say to the nuclear industry should have been in right there. What part of Fukushima do you not get? What part do you not? Oh, this is clean? Are you kidding? It's a dirt. It's thousands of times dirtier than coal. Thousands. Do you even know what a uranium mine is? You don't even spec fuel. Oh, we got clean thorium right? No, you don't. You're a liar. We got clean hydrogen. No, you don't. You're a liar. The economics don't work. The social fabric doesn't work. The freaking, it's just a lie. It's a lie, and this freaking camera is breaking it down. Our small tactical army, I want you people to very much understand, that freaking win at San Onofre was so good. They had no intention of shutting down San. That's the biggest win in the history of freaking the anti-nuclear movement, in the history, was shutting down San Onofre. This will be won in California. Thank you to the women and the men and the small, incredible group, just like Hillary telling fucking Bernie. I mean, look at Hillary, Westinghouse rat. She's a Westinghouse rat. You know, oh no, leave freaking leaking into the Hudson all freaking day, you idiots in New York. You know, what do they say in a third world country? Don't drink the water. You seen all these coming out now? Not just in Flint, Michigan, all over here. We can't spend 5 cents on our infrastructure. No, bombs, bombs, bombs. How nice is they invented lights? You globus rats, fear Johnny got his gun, we're afraid of our own shadow. Boo! When it's cancer that's going to kill you. It's cancer. You know, the nuclear fall off in these, Gina McCarthy, freaking Lisa Jackson, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton. These are the people that ran the greatest crimes. This is the greatest crime against humanity in human history. The death of the Pacific Ocean, are you kidding me? They're killing it. You know, Fukushima's not over. Fukushima's going on every single day, pouring to the Pacific Ocean, gamma rays from hell. You think that's okay. You think, and you're still provocating freaking nuclear. What a fucking ignorant population. But our small teeny army, we're kicking their ass. And we're going to record these fucking rats in history. And they're going to pay. Every one of them, because we know who you are. And we saw what you fucking did. And you go along with this fucking playbook, you're a fucking fool. You are a fool branding yourself on this side, because the internet took the fucking field a long time ago. You know? So stand strong. We're winning this fucking war. Don't fucking give up. You know, and fuck these idiots. And, you know, Obama just keeps handing out more money on his way out the fucking door. Wow. It's disgusting. This country is bankrupt. 20 trillion debt, oh, it don't matter. That fucking debt don't matter. 0% freaking regressive interest rate worked out really nice for Japan. Worked out nice. The Nikkei peaked in 1986. They've had a negative interest rate since then. They got a regressive society that's in free fall. They hate Obama's guts. That's why he's going to, rightfully so. The greatest crimes against humanity in history are called Fukushima. The cover-up of Fukushima. Gina McCarthy, Hillary Clinton, Lisa fucking Jackson, Barack Obama, David Vitter, freaking, I can go on and on and on. Mitch McConnell, Mike Lee, I can go on and on and on. These fucking rats, they fucking all know, and they're all playing ball for money. Stay tuned, we're going to win this fucking war.
Go, Kev!
Yeah.